So this guy, László Szabó, was born in Budapest, Hungary, March 19th, 1917. He won the Hungarian championship at the age of 18, and that was the first out of 9 times that he won it. He won in 1935, 1937, 1939, 1946, 1950, 1952, 1954, 1959, and the 1967-68 edition. That's 9 national championships in the space of 33 years. That's quite a dominant player. Now, before World War II, László Szabó worked in the foreign exchange department of a Budapest bank. During World War II, he was in a Hungarian forced labor unit. He was captured by the Russian army and was a prisoner of war until the end of World War II. After World War II was over, he began competing in major international chess events. He was awarded the Grand Master title in 1950, and he took part in 3 candidates tournaments. He continued to play in tournaments and promote chess in his country until his death on August 8th, 1998. He was 81 years of age. László Szabó. Over here in America, I've seen some people with this last name. I had a friend named Joe who pronounced it Szabo. He Americanized it, but the Hungarian pronunciation would be Szabó. Of course, E4 from Bobby Fischer, E5, knight F3, knight C6, and we're going to have another Rai Lopez right here. Another Morphy's defense, another Columbus variation, knight F6 right here. Kingside castles, and another closed Spanish with bishop E7. Rook E1, pawn B5, bishop B3, kingside castles, pawn H3, bishop B7, pawn C3, pawn D5. Now, pawn takes pawn and knight takes pawn. So we've deviated from the earlier game. Pawn D3 was played. I think pawn D4 is more common. No, pawn D3 is the most common move. D4 is also common, but slightly less common than pawn D3 in this particular line. Queen D6 is the most common move. Knight B D2, queen's rook to D8, knight to E4, and queen G6. I didn't understand the purpose of the queen move, and I was worried about this hit on the queen. Well, that worry is answered here, isn't it? So knight G3 is played. And now normally you'll see knight F4 or knight B6. But Szabó with bishop C5. Well, double question marks, a little harsh, to be honest. But the point is you're moving right where I can attack you. So on E takes D4... Bobby played C takes D4, and I thought, surely that's not the right move. I thought the only move was knight H4, hitting the queen. And after queen to F6, hit her again with knight E4. And the point is, if you take my knight, then I've got this fork right here. And your queen is trapped. Every square to which the queen can move is hot. So that is why this one, let's put it a question mark at the very least. And here, knight D B4 was played. Bishop E3, and I don't know why the knight E4 idea hasn't been played. But this one, a double exclam. Bam. So after knight takes knight, queen D2 is coming perhaps. Black has to be concerned about it. Bishop takes the knight. Cute, perhaps too cute, would be A5. But after A3, the knight can just ignore that and then take the knight on D4. Anyway, he just captured right away. Bishop takes, and rook E3 is now available with that square vacant. C5 hits the bishop. Bishop takes the pawn, and rook takes the queen. Quite a move by Fischer. Rook takes rook, Knight d3. Now bishop takes rook, and knight takes rook. And here, don't take the knight. Rook d8. Oh! Threatening checkmate on the next turn. h5 gives the king a flea square. Bishop b4 check. King h7. Rook d6. Queen b1. Rook d1. Queen g6, and we repeat. And we repeat again. And then he decides to go ahead and take the knight. Now, you could have just as well repeated again and taken the draw. But he took the knight here. h4. The knight is pinned terminally. You cannot play knight to safety or you are checkmated. So rook e3. Pawn takes knight. Black actually looks better to me here, with a queen against a rook and a bishop. But after rook takes the pawn, queen b1 giving check, king h2, Szabó went with not queen takes the b-man, which is free, but queen f5. Fischer returned to g1, and a draw was offered and accepted. So like I said, these last two are quite quick draws. This one had some fireworks in it, but those fireworks kind of sputtered out.